Hello everybody, it's your favorite art teacher, Mr. G, coming at you from sunny Orlando, Florida. This is going to be our first virtual art lesson. Today we're going to be making a landscape. It's a little bit of a review, it's kind of good to practice, and later on in the future we're going to have some different videos going on. Today you're going to need some paper, you're going to need something to draw with, anything that you can find, it doesn't matter, as long as you have something to draw with and some paper. All right, so the first thing that you're going to need to do is make a horizon line. The horizon line can go in the middle of the paper. And it's just like when we did the drawing activity in class a few weeks ago, and actually in the beginning of the year. So I have my horizon line. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to add your mountains if you want to add mountains. So just like we learned about Jen Aranye and her mountains, we're going to make some mountains in the background. They're going to be different sizes. And it's just going to go all the way across. Okay, so we have our foreground, our middle ground, and our background. That's where the mountains go. And then we have our sky up here. That's also in the background. If you're adding a road, or if you're adding a river or stream, you're going to start from the back of your picture on the horizon line, and you're going to make a dot, just a little dot like there. And then you're going to make an S shape. Kind of slow, going down towards the front of the paper. Then remember, things get smaller as they go into the distance. So the lines are going to start out really close together, and they're going to get wider and further away from the other line as it gets to the front or closer to you. And now you have a river. If you're adding trees, what you're going to do is you're going to remember, are trees big or small in the front? Should I do this like Dora the Explorer? Like you have to like call out? All right, no, we're not going to do that. So we're going to make some trees. So just remember, trees in the front are big, trees in the middle are medium, and trees that are all the way in the distance are going to be small. So you can kind of plan it out by using just lines. So I'm going to do a line here for the trees in the front. They're big. The trees in the middle are going to be medium sized. And the trees in the back are going to be really small. And that's how you're going to make the picture look like it's in perspective. When you're adding your branches to your trees, what you're going to do is, just like we learned with our last project, you're going to slowly go down and make lines that go out. And as they get closer to the bottom of the tree, they're going to go out a little bit longer. You can do that on one side, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. It's all right if you mess up, because remember, no one's going to notice it except you. Tree, that's a pine tree. If you want to make a regular tree, remember, you're going to make your branches coming out like fingers, and then little branches coming off of it. So I'm just gonna add my branches and my parts for my trees. Taking my time. I'm not rushing. And remember, don't worry about making a mistake. No one is going to notice it. Some happy little trees, just like Bob Ross would say. Happy little trees. All right, so the next thing you're gonna do is decide what other details you want to add to your picture. Do you wanna make a road? Do you wanna make houses? What do you wanna add to your picture? Well, I think I wanna add some houses. Now remember, if there's gonna be a house, it's gonna be bigger in the foreground. So I'm just gonna add a rectangle here. It's gonna be smaller in the middle. Okay, so that's gonna be medium size. So if I add another house here, it's gonna be this size. And then if I add a house all the way in the back, it's gonna be really tiny, okay? So after you do your basic rectangles, you can add your roof. When you're adding a roof to a house, really easy way to do it, make a triangle on top, draw a straight line across. Now this straight line has to line up with the horizon line. So straight across this way, straight across this way, and then for the bottom of the house, same thing, straight across. Then I'm gonna make another line that goes up to match this line right here. And then to make the top of the roof look like it is over here, you're just gonna draw the same kind of line, a slanted line like that. And you're gonna do the same thing with the other houses. You could also, if you want, add more trees if you don't think you have enough. Just doing it the same way we did with the other trees in the beginning. And I know people are probably saying, we already learned this. Well, it's always good to practice. Pepsi break. Refreshing. I know, I'm trying to cut down. These are stressful times. All right, now, what you're also going to do is you're going to add some more details for your houses. So you could add windows, which are just rectangles. You could add animals. Just remembering you're keeping things in the middle ground and the background small. Make some tiny windows over here, maybe a tiny chimney. We have not figured out what that's going to be yet. It could either be a road or a river. We'll decide that in a minute. All right, if you want to add clouds to your sky, you can make some squiggly lines. Now it's kind of cool. When you're making a sky and you want to make it look like it's in perspective, the clouds that are closer to the horizon line are going to be larger, and the clouds that are further away from the horizon line get even smaller. And that's going to make it look like your sky is in perspective. These clouds are far away. These clouds are closer. If you want to add some texture to your mountains, you could do the 3D like we did in class, where you just add lines that go up like this, kind of like pyramids. Remember, your mountains don't have to look just like mine. If you want to add, Pepsi's getting in the way there. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our shadows. You could color this all in black, or you could do the lines like we did in class. Just like Jen Arani. You guys remember her? I'm sure you do. Just take your time, relax. Art is very therapeutic. All right, now, what you're gonna do is we're gonna decide what this is. I think it's just gonna be a road. So I'm going to make some telephone poles. The telephone poles also get smaller as they go into the distance. So I'm gonna start with a tall vertical line here, a medium vertical line here, and all the way in the back, a tiny vertical line. And then you're just gonna connect them with a curvy line. And I'm gonna make this line go all the way down because that's where the other, you just see the tip of the telephone pole. If you wanna add cars, you can add cars. If you wanna add people, animals, like I said, you can customize it any way you like. All right, now that your picture is finished, you can go ahead and add some color. It could be markers, pencils, paints, anything that you have at home. When you're done, you're going to upload it, if you would like, to this website. Everyone's going to be able to view your artwork once it's uploaded, and we can all enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining me for my very first virtual art lesson.